In a quiet village by the gentle curves of a river lived a woman named Gauri and her only son, Arjun. Life had not been kind to Gauri. Her husband died when Arjun was just 5, leaving her with a small piece of land, a broken roof, and a mountain of responsibility. Yet, she never complained. With strong arms and a stronger heart, she tilled the land, sowed seeds, and raised her son with quiet courage. Arjun was a bright boy, curious, kind, and full of questions. When the sun set and the birds returned to their nests, Gauri would light a small clay lamp and tell him stories of gods and demons, of brave warriors, and of his father, a man who had once dreamed of giving his family a better life. Arjun listened with wide eyes, holding every word close to his heart. As the years passed, Arjun grew taller and sharper. He helped his mother in the fields, walked miles to attend the village school, and studied under the neem tree until the stars blinked awake. He had a dream, to go to the city and study medicine. He wanted to return as a doctor, not just for his mother, but for the whole village. One day, after school, Arjun came home holding a paper in his hand. "Ma," he said nervously, "I've been offered a scholarship. If I go to the city, I can become a doctor." Gauri looked at her son. Her hands paused as she kneaded dough. Her eyes were tired but proud. She said nothing for a moment, then walked into the hut. She returned with the old clay lamp. "This lamp," she said softly, "has seen our darkest nights. Wherever you go, take it with you. Let it remind you who you are and where you come from. And I will light another one here every night, waiting for you." The next morning, Arjun left. The whole village gathered to see him off. Some clapped him on the back, others gave him sweets. Gauri stood by the door, smiling through her tears. Years passed. Gauri worked alone in the fields, her back bending a little more each season. Yet she never missed a night without lighting the second lamp. She heard from Arjun through letters she had passed his exams, then started his internship. She read the letters by the light of the lamp, her fingers trembling but her heart strong. Then, one evening, as the monsoon clouds rolled in, a young man arrived in the village. He wore a white shirt, carried a small black bag, and walked with purpose. He paused before the hut, the same one that had stood through storms and seasons. "Ma," he called. Gauri looked up. She dropped the firewood and ran. There he stood her Arjun, no longer a boy, but a doctor. He bent down, touched her feet, and placed the same clay lamp at her doorstep. "I'm back, Ma, to stay." She wept not from sorrow, but from pride. The lamp, now flickering beside them, had completed its circle. It had left with hope and returned with fulfillment. From that day on, the village had its first doctor, and the hut by the river had its light restored, not just by the lamp, but by a son who never forgot the hand.